What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Therapist Logan Reacts. Today we got another song from Arirang, the new album of BTS. My Renegades. I know you guys are waiting for the Starry Nights. I'm kind of trying to do those on Mondays and a little bit more next week when I have some more time. These songs are a little bit shorter, just because again the Starry Nights, like you all said, are a little bit longer in full. So I just want to make sure I'm taking the time and I don't want to rush through those. So I wish I had more time today, but unfortunately I don't. So I'm gonna swing some more of the new album Arirang by BTS. So today we are doing Normal, the song. I heard that this is more therapeutic in essence and in lyrics. So I have the lyrics up on the right side because I am on Bangtan TV, the YouTube channel, but I don't think that you guys ever told me not to do it. I looked on Dulcet, I could not find the lyrics either, so I am on Genius. So bear with me if it is not correct. So let's jump right into it and give a therapist breakdown. Okay. Okay, Jimin. Woo! Alright, so kerosene, dopamine, chemically induced. Kerosene being lit with fire, dopamine, the neurotransmitter that's in our brain that focuses happiness, emotion, positive feelings. Chemically induced is interesting. Means that typically means like there's something that you're adding to induce those different things that are with, especially dopamine. Like you can like look at your phone to increase your dopamine or fire off those synapses, and kind of go from there. But kind of like later on, fantasy and fame, the things we choose. So, and with the title being Normal, this is making me think maybe their perspective of maybe like identity or how they're being perceived. More perception, I would say identity. Show me hate, show me love, make me bulletproof. Yeah, we call this shit normal. So it's like they're seeing kind of every aspect while they're in this area of being famous, and they have to kind of play it off like it's normal, when in reality, like that's a rare. It's, you know what I mean. Being famous has incredible challenges, like constantly having to think about how it can influence your family, how it can influence the group. And just you as an individual, you know what I mean? Not be like having to be perfect, and perfection being that baseline, that normal. You know, I have to be performing to this level 100% of the time, and I can't sway, or people are going to be on it because I'm constantly in the spotlight. You know, that stress that probably comes along with is probably absolutely horrendous. I can't even imagine what that's like, especially for a group this big. And just knowing how big Army is, you know, and I know Army is very forgiving, you know, and they really look out for them, but even still, like, there's still that stress to be able to perform, and be successful, and, you know, I mean, put out good music and perform well for their artists, or for their fans, not artists, for their fans. So I'm kind of getting that kind of vibe, you know, like it's like their normal is so much higher than like other people's normal, and I like that they use the word normal, because it's such a used word in today's society, and personally, and as a therapist, I hate the word normal because there is no normal. There's baseline and then there's off of baseline. Because what your normal looks like is completely different than what my normal looks like. And so how do we choose which one's right? Right? You could say you go by the masses, but then that's baseline. That's the baseline of the masses. That's like, again, just more of a scientific aspect of it and a more scientific drive. But there is no normal. If you think of the most normal person, everyone's going to think of a different individual. Every single person. You get 100 people in a room, you say, think of the most normal person you can think of. There's going to be differences across the board. There might be some similarities, sure, but there'll be differences. It's not going to be exactly the same. That's why there is no such thing as normal, because if there was a state or a straight line of being normal, everyone, 100 of those people would be able to get that right to a T. Every single thing correct. And that's just not true. So there's a baseline. But I like the way that they're using this because this is their normalcy, their baseline that is so much higher expectations almost. It's like meeting those and how difficult that can be, I really like kind of the vocals on this one. Let's see, J-Hope, Sugar, and RM. Used to think that I was built to the hard metal still. Now I understand the truth, some pain don't heal. If everything's just happy, that ain't real. That ain't real. I read everything I like 1,000 times. Normal and special, they are just some lines. Yo. One deep side and it slips away, fades away. What I try to keep, never want to stay. Run away, pushing me, pulling me. Said you wanted all of me, but what is even all of me? Ooh, that gave me goosebumps. I don't know if you see. Heard the things they calling me, or what the hell you want from me? All right, that one. All right, those three boys, men, killed it right there. How I'm supposed to feel. Used to think that I was built with a heart made of steel. Now I understand the truth. Some pain don't heal. All right, I could work with that. Like I agree in the sense of some pain will always kind of remain, and the idea of like suffering's inevitable. Suffering will always continue, and being okay with that. I understand that some pain maybe won't heal 100% per se. Like there's always healing with time, but some pain will remain. Pain demands to be felt. It's always going to be present. If everything's just happy, that ain't real. And that's realistic. Everything's just not happy. It can't be. We're not meant to be happy creatures, right? We're not meant to be at a baseline or normalcy of happy. We want to be balanced. We want to be neutral. We want to be, that's kind of where we want to get to, because if we're always happy, we always let room in for being unhappy. Whatever emotion we feel on one end of the spectrum, we'll feel in the other. So being able to be balanced, that's going to allow you, or being neutral, that's going to allow you to be able to handle adversities as they come your way. Because if you're balanced, the opposite of balance is unbalanced. But if I already have mastered the idea of balance, then any unbalance comes my way, I'll know how to redirect and figure it out, right? You see how that kind of continues? But if I kind of always want to be happy, I'm allowing, again, there's always regression back to the mean. So there's something that stuck out for that one. I breathe everything out like 1,000 times. Normal and special, they're all just some lines. Oof, that gave me goosebumps on that one, because they are just some lines. They're all some lines and expectations drawn in the sand that everyone feels like they have to be all the time. Normal and special. Being able to step out and be in the limelight and being the special people. Like everyone wants to be special. Everyone wants to feel special. But they're all just some lines in how you kind of create and get there, and they're all individually made. I really like that one. That one hit me hard. One deep sigh, then it slips away, fades away. What I try to keep, never want to stay. Runaway Pushing Me said you wanted all of me, but what is even all of me? The existentialism with that, mixed in with the identity of that. That's a great one. I love that one. That too also kept the goosebumps rolling, because what is even all of me? Like, what does that even look like? And that's like, that could be him questioning his confidence in being able to maintain the level of expectation. What is even all of me? Like, have I given it 100%? I don't even know, So the expectation of being so normal going inward and making them reflect, kind of question their confidence, it's a difficult thing. It's, oh God, they do so well with expressing that artistically, and like just having minimal sayings, clear and cut, but like there's so much like weight to it kind of behind it. I just really like that. Well, let's finish up and go from there.
Are the things they calling me, or what the hell you want from me? Got me feeling things so unusual, and I live in more. Got me at my feelings about on this wall, and my knees is kerosene, dopamine, get me down in views. Fantasy and fame, yet the things we choose. Show me how, show me love, make me bulletproof. I've called this shit normal. Run away, out of sight, don't know what I want. Wish I had a minute just to turn me off. Kerosene, dopamine, what I gotta do? Yeah, we call this shit normal. No, we call this shit normal. No, we call this shit normal. Yeah, no, we call this shit normal.
All right, that wraps up Normal by BTS. Great song. A lot of deep therapeutic concepts of what normalcy looks like, what baseline looks like, different expectations kind of being held by them. At least that's what I got, But let me know in the comments down below if like they ever had an interview or something where they explained it, or if I'm off by a little bit, or what the song meant to you. At least that's what the song meant to me. And I think they explained it really well and really allowed their fans to see kind of what they go through. And I know ARMY is always so understanding and does so well with being in tune with the artist's mental health. And I think that's a beautiful like relationship that's going on with that. Because there's so much advocacy for mental health and protecting oneself and looking out for each other. And I think that's super important. And BTS is bringing to light so many good therapeutic topics and processes and just conversations and advocacy for mental health, and taking care of yourself and the struggles that everybody goes through, even them. I feel like a lot of famous people typically won't really bring that up because, again, they're just hiding because they want to be seen as perfect, and their perfect is normal, and kind of go from there. But that wraps it up. If you like this video too, drop a like on this video. That helps my channel grow. And out of all the things, make sure you're subscribed as well, because that helps us, again, grow. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next video. See you then.